Honorable trustees, members of the public, and superintendent staff. I'm sorry that I could not be with you this evening, but I cannot miss an opportunity to share a success story. Success of the board, the success for county boards throughout the state of California, and a success for the democratic process. As you might recall, on June 7, we took an opposition position to AB 764, a bill authored by Assemblymember Isaac Bryan entitled the Fair Maps Act. We publicly took issue with the bill primarily because it created a private right of action against local bodies for anyone displeased with a redistricting process or any election involving a local redistricting. And we were deeply concerned that the bill could conceivably compromise consideration of communities of interest in counties where the Board of Supervisors and the Board of Education had the same number of members. In early July, Sheehy Strategy Group, on behalf of the board, formally filed an opposition letter and began advocacy efforts in Sacramento. We engaged in discussions with Ethan Jones of Assemblymember Bryan's staff. Shortly thereafter, the bill was amended to place reasonable restrictions on the private right of action. But our work was not done. On July 20, we contacted the California County Boards of Education, CCBE, and requested the email addresses of every county superintendent. The very next day, every county superintendent received our opposition letter, an analysis of AB 764, contact information, and the legislative schedule. Later that week, we proposed amendments that we believed would protect communities of interest and County Board of Education autonomy. This is important. It is easy to identify a problem, but we proposed a solution. We proposed an alternative. And the bill's author was receptive, but they needed an answer. The Board Executive Committee was forced to act decisively and assert that we would remove our opposition in exchange for the amendments. On August 22nd, we heard from Assemblymember Bryan's office, who wrote, "For a variety of reasons, we concluded that changing the word shall to may, as you suggested in the last email, was going to create complications and ambiguities in Section 1002 of the Education Code. That being the case, to address the concern your client raised without creating those ambiguities, we decided to delete subdivisions E and F of Section 1002 entirely. We received this directly from the author's office, and we're waiting to see the amendments in print." That is what you call a win-win. That's a win for Orange County, it's a win for county boards of education, and more importantly, it's a win for the democratic process. That is how government is supposed to work. That is what happens when a highly motivated group of citizens makes their voices heard, and that is what happens when people listen to those voices. We thank Assemblymember Bryan's office and his staff for their good work and deep consideration of the board's concerns. We thank Sheehy Strategy Group for their tireless efforts, and we are thankful that government can still work for the common good of all Californians. And with that, upon verification of the amendments in print, I recommend the Orange County Board of Education formally withdraw its opposition to AB 764. Thank you.